$1,000 next with Frenetico on the inside. Down the hill, 300 metres left to travel, and Barrabool's going to straighten the
A
lead.
year without races. Is it going to come back? There's only one person that can sort of inform us a little bit about it, the president of the King Island Racing Club, Audrey Hamer. Is it wishful thinking, Audrey, or do we see possibilities for another race season coming up?
Hi Wade, thanks for having me. Well, you've always got to be positive. So we're all positive that hopefully we will get going. We've just put a few things out on Facebook, sent some emails to some people, and that email we put on the Facebook page as well, on the King Island Racing Club one and on the King Island Community one. And within a couple of hours, I had 3 people interested contact me straight away.
Interested as in?
Wanting to come for the season.
Yeah, and to do?
To train horses and
okay.
But they need to know more logistics and everything, you know, but we can't finalise anything until we actually know, you know, how many we're going to have. So, but yeah, there's 6 all up. That's including Bill, off-island trainers, but they're all galloping ones. I haven't heard from any harness, but we can go ahead with just gallops. That's fine with Tas Racing, as long as we have a minimum of 5 races per day and 5 at least 5 horses in each race.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, like we're saying, like we need close to 30 thoroughbreds, because you've got to allow for them breaking down, or, you know, like, you know, horses. Yeah, so if we aim for 30, that'd be great.
So why were we not able to have a season this year?
Because, well, that same reason, and then we only had, well, because we were going to make it, Tas Racing suggested only the 4 meetings because the off-island people couldn't come for the 7. So then they said,
because that's what we normally have, isn't it?
Yes,
that's right, 7 race days.
Only for the last 15 years or so. Like, it used to be 6, and then the King Island Dairy was back then. It wasn't Saputo then. They asked if they could have an extra, or if they could have their social club day and have a race day, and then they sponsored the whole day with all their suppliers. So that was a good. They used to do that, make that the first one. Yes, but and then when we were only going to make it the 4, the 30,000 we were going to save on the flights and the cost of the day, Tas Racing were going to fund us, or help us fund $2,000 per every horse that raced, but only have the 4 meetings. But the local trainers didn't want the 4 meetings, which I totally understand, because it still takes 3 months to get a horse ready. And then, you know, you've got all that time and you've only got 4 chances to win. So
what you're saying, in a way, the number of time you need for training and preparing
is about 3 months.
It doesn't really matter then. If you had 3 race days, 5, 6, 7 or 8, it doesn't matter. You still need that time, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you still need the time, yes, exactly. And so then if you've only got 4 chances to win, but we were giving that $2,000 per horse, so that's, you know, a fair incentive. And then also Tas Racing is still going to do the freight subsidy for the boat. But what we're going to try and do, if we do have quite a few coming from Victoria, Wayne has asked Warren Dick about hiring the boat on a certain day.
Warren Dick from Eastern Line Shipping.
Yeah, from Eastern Line Shipping. If we can hire the boat on a certain day. And what we've put out in the email is then if all the Victorian, or even I've got one from New South Wales and one from Adelaide interested, if they all could meet on the same day and they all come, and then because there's really no accommodation here, even though the council said we can use the jockey rooms for the showers and toilets and the kitchenette, if they could get hold of a caravan and come and park their caravans here, or at Rod's happy to give up land again. Bill Hayes wants to go back there, but Rod said he could build more paddocks and more people could go there. So it could all come on the one boat, and then we would do the same going back. So Tas Racing will still subsidise that, but I don't know about the cost of the caravans and things, how we would go there if that was a possibility.
All up, how much does it really cost to run, say, a 7-event, 7-day race season when you add it all up? for the racing club?
Well, the money we got from Tas Racing the year before was $367,000. That includes the stakes money, the jockeys, the drivers being paid, the barrier attendants, the stewards, the cost of the plane. So that's the total cost.
Well, at least
so
you're not getting much change from $400,000 to run a race season.
That's right. And then we raised ourselves $90,000 in sponsorship. So there's not much of that left, you know, like what we got that year.
So you could almost say it's costing us $500,000 to run a whole season.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That's a lot of money.
That's right, it is. When you
for a small island.
That's right. And then why I would personally still like to have the 6 or 7 meetings too, it's so much better for the King Island economy. Like you've got more flights coming over, more people wanting to come, they need accommodation, people go out together because they socialise more, you know, with the race season. So there's more, you know, bums on seats in the hotel, wherever, and then going out for dinner, they all get together, they have a few more beers, and it just snowballs. And the horses have got to be fed. So, you know, it injects, like us as King Island Stock Feeds, and I'm sure Elders would have done too, we actually lost some money, or quite a bit, because we had already brought some feed in. So we had to sell that for like $10, $15 a bag because we already had it. So we lost out, you know. So
now,
there was
on the island, to organise a race season, is everybody that is involved with racing and what is involved on the island, is everybody on the same page? Or do we still need work there to get everybody looking the same direction, and let's make this happen?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping everyone will be on the same page. You know, like, I don't like conflict. I don't like negativity or toxicity. You know, we need everyone to work together. Like, you know, you can't, like, say if you're a trainer, you can't have or get upset if you can't get what you want. We've got to work together to get this season happening, you know, and then, you know, you might have to make a compromise, and then this person might have to make a compromise. Work together, and, you know, and if anyone's got anything they want to talk about, you know, bring it up at a meeting, but one at a time, or email the King Island Racing Club. You know, like some people try and contact me while I'm working, and then I can't concentrate. I've got to do my job, you know, like.
But should you maybe even, because you do a lot of the work, should you maybe even share the load? That more people, that some people might take over some of the bits and pieces that you do or now do?
Well, yeah, that would be good.
Trying to find them.
Yes, that's right. Well, it's the same as every organisation, and you hear it even off the island. Like, it's always the same people that will get up and have a go that will do things.
Do you need to be sort of like an expert to get involved with the race club as a volunteer, or are there roles that you could do without having training? Or
you don't need training to be a volunteer. Like, there's, you know, like there's so much more to like just the committee side of it. Like trying to keep this complex also neat and tidy. Like, you know, I still come out here I put my mower in the horse float and come out here and mow, and Shane and Wayne are looking after the track, and then we've had Rod and Yun mowing the track and mulching it, and Codge killed the weeds for us, and we need a little bit more maintenance on it again now, and a lot of whippersnipping. So
more maintenance. Is that also related to we haven't had a full season now this year, so it's all a little bit gone? Yeah.
Well, it's not too bad. Like, we've kept it mowed a little bit, you know. It's and the track's still in good condition. Like, it's drying off now because it hasn't been watered. Yeah. But I mean, that'll come back. But yeah, Wayne and I we've got some liquid fertiliser we're going to donate, as we've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, and that'll get done soon. So, because you still need to do all that and then maintain it, and then.
So what's the next steps that you put this out, that anybody interested, and from away, bring your horses, come and train, do whatever? What's going to be the next step now?
Well, I did put it on the Facebook page, the email that we sent out to everybody, what we've got to offer at the moment, and then to reply by email, and then we've got a meeting on Sunday the 29th at the pub. And
what time?
4 o'clock.
And that's open to anybody?
Yes, yes, anyone that's interested. And then hopefully we've heard from the off-island trainers on what they would require, like, you know, what they would come for. And then I'll read all those out, and then the locals can have their say, and then we'll just have to go again, go again from there. Where do we go? You know, and then I'd have to talk to Tas Racing, and they're going to come over after Easter. So we'll have another meeting soon after Easter, and I'm not sure who's coming. Maybe Dave Manchandon and Liam, I don't know. But yeah, so, and then just try and get the ball rolling, and then we've got to work on more sponsorship. I'm looking at the King Island Dairy. I've spoken with Graham. I'll catch up with Nick one day next week, the owners, and see if they will come back on board and sponsor a whole day again. You know, like, it costs us about $5,000 per race. By the time you get the stakes money, all the costs and everything, it's about $5,000 per race.
So if you want to sponsor a whole day, you look at about 35,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, my maths are not good, but I think 7 races times 5, obvious.
That'd be perfect. Like, we don't really have anyone that sponsors more than the 5,000. So.
Now, there's also been talk about and you often hear that, and I'm sure the whole idea is different than the name. When they talk about picnic races, I'm sure it's not racing to a table to get a snack or whatever. It's because
that's right.
That's been talk about that too, hasn't it?
That's right. Yeah. Well, so there's no picnic racing in Tasmania.
What is picnic racing for those that don't know?
It's still exactly the same, really. Like, the horses go around, the jockeys have got to ride them, and they have prize money. But it's just a different category that you can have. Like, the jockeys can ride heavier. The horses can take more weight. They have a little bit different there, and I think their prize money is still structured the same. But unfortunately, picnic jockeys cannot ride for what we are under, which is professional racing. It's A and B class, but it's classed as professional. So I have asked Tas Racing, is it possible to have picnic jockeys then be eligible to ride as for us as a professional jockey?
What did they say?
Well, it's not impossible, but we have to talk to the licensing. So they'd need an extra licence, and then they'd have to have a licence in Tasmania so that they could be paid by Tassie. So that would be good, because we'd probably be able to have maybe a few more jockeys. But they do race from end of October through to the end of April. So, and they race on Saturdays. So that's why, you know, they might not be able to come either to support us.
Do you think that today's world situation could even throw a spanner in the wheel that when you look at fuel prices,
Absolutely.
gas prices, everything, that that could increase your cost, from $500,000 to 600,000 or whatever?
Right.
That could have an impact, couldn't it?
Oh, it's going to have a massive impact. I mean, I just hope it gets sorted. I mean, like, worldwide, everyone wants it over. Like, so I don't know. And then, is it going to go back to where it was before? Like, is it, you know, are we going to get it all, and then is the price going to go back down? We don't know. Like, if we had that crystal ball, it'd be great. But if it keeps going like it is, I think, I don't like to be negative, like I said, but I can't see it working with it that cost, because, well, like, the farmers can't get the fuel. Everything's going to go up. Everything in the supermarkets. If farmers can't farm their grain and everything else, then
makes it difficult.
It's going to be a, Australian shortage on the feed, and the horses, well, they like to feed it all. I mean, they could eat grass, but
no, you don't have a magic wand, but on a scale of 0 to 10. Your prognosis, what do you think right now, if it's going to go ahead? Where do we sit? A 4, a 5, a 6?
Oh, I'm hoping an 8, 7 or 8.
Yeah, realistically,
well, yeah, maybe halfway, maybe a 5. We'll just, it is hard. But see, one of the guys I've got that would like to come, he's a picnic trainer. He said if it was picnic here, he would come for the full season. But, so I don't know. Yeah,
we love a picnic, but we'd rather have some horse races going, that's for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I just hope it does, and that, everyone gets behind it. And, like, if the local community really miss the races, see what they can do to help. You know, like if you want to be part of an owner, like see one of the local trainers, and even Rowan Hamer, our nephew, he rang me the other day and said he'll send horses over for someone to train, a local person to train, and he will take them back. See, that's a problem with a lot of the locals. They don't want to purchase a horse. And then because a lot of the time the type of horses we have here aren't really good enough to race in Tasmania or Victoria. They're not competitive enough. So then you've got the problem of homing a off-the-track thoroughbred. So if people could lease a horse that, you know, maybe a maiden, or with the harness that they have they go on lifetime wins. So, you know, we just need to be able to send the horses back to their owners.
Lots of work to be done.
Yes, that's right. It's just so many things that people don't realise how much is actually involved. Yeah, and then the local trainers, they need someone to help because, you know, they all have to be fed 2 or 3 times a day, and then they've got to have water. They like to rug them on and off, and then they've got to have their feet done. It snowballs. And of course, be trained. Yeah,
good luck with it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so, oh, well, thanks for having me, Wade. Yeah, thank you. Everyone get on board.